What's up, bitches? Today we are talking about an abandoned piece of history that swallowed thousands of seamen and hasn't been touched in 100 years. But enough about Madonna. Some bitch ass left me a comment asking my opinion on the Titanic submarine imploding because the man who engineered it is a premature ejaculating jackass who used a GameCube controller to navigate a fucking submarine. Not even an Xbox controller. Too expensive, I guess.
Get these from Camper World. We run the whole thing with this game controller.
Imagine getting in an Uber and seeing that your driver is using a controller to navigate. I'd probably be terrified, but a submarine going to the bottom of the ocean? Oh yeah, that's fine. Take my fucking money. I'm sure you know what you're doing, Aquaman. Fuck this guy. And there's a lot to dive into. First of all, $250,000 to see the Titanic. You couldn't pay me $8 to see that movie. Oh wow, it's a ship that crashed 100 years ago. Those poor Irish immigrants. Who fucking cares? It was so long ago. Get the fuck over it. They barely had cars back then. Toilet paper was a luxury. In 1912, there wasn't the same navigation technology that we have today. It's not like they could radio somebody for help. Of course there were accidents. Today though, a submarine imploding is fucking embarrassing. I'd expect this shit to happen in like Nigeria or like Detroit. To drive a car, they have to make sure the car is street legal. You have to pass an emissions test. I guess submarines are different. You could just piece together anything and visit the bottom of the ocean. And what the fuck is this thing? It's the size of a minivan. For 250 grand, it better be a US Navy submarine with strippers and alcohol. This thing looks like it was made by some biology students with a budget of $700. And there's only one window and it's by the toilet. It probably smelled fucking terrible in that thing. How are you supposed to get a good look? Again, it's just an old ship that's covered in algae. There's no treasure and there's no bitches. There's plenty of abandoned structures in Detroit that were built in the 1910s and also have thousands of casualties. Like, look, honey, someone died in that boarded up housing project. Isn't that romantic? People are obsessed with the fact that the people who died on the submarine were billionaires. Of course, it's obnoxiously expensive and there's no practical use for it. It's like buying a Bugatti or a luxury car or something like that. You just know one of those billionaires had a trophy wife crossing her fingers that the sub never makes it back up. But let me backpedal. History is cool. I actually want to pay money to see the sunken submarine, so I built my own submarine, and it's the size of a Subaru because it used to be one. We'll be fine. And $250K? Fuck that shit. I'll do it for a 12-pack of Modelo, and it'll be controlled with a Roku remote. And people are saying there's a Simpsons episode that's similar to what happened with the Titanic submarine. Imagine dying a horrific death only for people to say that the Simpsons did it first. There was a father and a son on the sub, okay? The Simpsons episode had Homer with his long-lost father. I wonder what happened to the other guy. They go on the submarine to explore a sunken ship, and Homer's sub loses oxygen. If only The Simpsons was still a popular show. Those billionaires could have watched this episode and maybe second-guessed their decision. The Simpsons writer said some shit about this. I don't know.
Revealed he rode the same submarine, not just once, but 4 times.
I took 4 different dives with the Ocean Gate Company. Every time they lost communication.
And what he revealed further is something scary.
There is a long release, you sign a waiver that mentions death 3 times on the first page.
So,
anyway, what do you guys think? I'm out.